Cabela! Cabela! Yeah.
Why won't my dog eat?
Maybe the food sucks.
Hey, Michelle.
I'm Joe.
We're from Vet Medics, and we're here to answer the question that we get so often. Why won't my dog eat? Right?
That's right.
Yep.
It's a good question.
We don't always know either. There's several reasons. Maybe they just don't feel like eating on a certain day.
But there can be various medical things. Sometimes it's stress. If the dog is stressed and anxious about something, that is actually a very good indication sometimes that something is really getting your dog upset and anxious. But there can also be various medical issues, right?
Mm-hmm. The more serious ones that we see quite often, foreign body ingestions, if they're eating things that they should not be eating and cannot pass, that can kind of block the intestines up a little bit, giving them a bad bellyache where they don't want to eat, and if they do, they can have vomiting and diarrhea. And there are so many things in our household, right, that are readily available that we may not even think of. Little rubber balls, perfect for blocking up those little intestines. The dreaded socks. Right? Remember that Great Dane who finally got it operated on?
How many
and
socks?
Like 22
Something
pairs of socks.
Crazy,
Insane.
yeah.
I'm sure tons of you people out there have lost many TV remotes to dogs.
They love the TV remotes because it has our scent on it because we're always handling it. Same with the socks.
Very true. Hair bands.
Ow! So any string-like object can really get in and really do some damage in the intestines, right?
Linear foreign bodies
Yep.
are most dangerous.
This time of year, and I've seen a couple dogs with bad problems, corn cobs. After a barbecue or something. Well, I ate all the corn, let me toss the corn cob, and dog still thinks it's edible and can really cause a number of very bad
issues.
Problems, right?
And it can hang out in the intestinal tract for a very long time, causing major, major damage. Yeah, this time of the year, can't tell you how often we see those corn cob ingestions. No corn on the cob in your house if you have a dog.
One time, people gave their dogs like turkey bones and chicken bones and stuff. And now I've heard that's went out of vogue. What's up with that?
Well,
that's why it's one time.
Yeah, right?
There's a little bit of a controversy about feeding bones. There are very knowledgeable people that like feeding raw marrow type bones, also even the raw poultry necks, things like that might actually be very digestible and good for the dog. Cooked poultry bones, bones that can splinter and impact, I think any vet or tech will tell you can and do cause problems.
So another reason why your dog may not eat, they're not feeling well. They may have a temperature. If they did eat something that's just not agreeing with them and causing some inflammation somewhere, that could cause a fever. Lyme disease, Lyme-related illnesses, inflammation may be caused from an injury.
Right, if they're right. So I would say basically fever from any number of reasons, pain from any number of reasons.
Yeah.
Both could cause the dog not to want to eat. Again, a dog is an animal that in some ways, like a wild animal, when they're having a problem, that will kind of shut down, pull back from their normal activities.
So another reason why your dog may not want to eat, they just, I think, are offered too much variety. Sometimes we think our dogs get bored with the food that we offer them.
And I think sometimes what happens, again, it's not necessarily abnormal for a dog to skip a meal or two, and then if people get anxious and then start catering and switching up or saying, well, if I throw in some chicken or if I give extra treats or just a lot of treats, like a kid, right, getting their appetite spoiled. But once you start catering to it and too much variety, then you're creating a picky eater.
Yeah, for instance, one of our dog sitters was watching a couple of dogs, and they've noticed like every few days the dog was not eating. So after going into like the second week, the pet sitter noticed there was this habit of the owner leaving different foods every couple of days because she thought the dog was getting bored with the food, so she didn't want to have us worry about the dog not eating. So, every couple days try this, every few days try that, and the dog became extremely picky.
Well, then they're going to hold out for the ones that they prefer.
What they want.
Or, yeah.
Right.
You do want to be sure that you're feeding a good quality food that is nutritionally balanced, that's of a good quality. The company has quality control. There are certainly very knowledgeable people that feed their own cooked diet or feed raw food. If you're doing that, just make sure that you've got all your information so that, again, you're giving a consistent, balanced diet, and that dogs do need consistency and structure, so that they're basically being fed at pretty much the same times, because changes in the routine will also throw them off.
So if you've tried a bunch of things, you've kept consistency with your dog's type of diet, how you feed them, as Joe was saying, same time of day, things like that. And like we said, missing a meal or two, it's not a big deal. It could just be a very short-lived, benign little issue and will most likely resolve itself. But in the event, if it's going on with a couple of days, you're seeing softer stool, vomiting, lethargy, it's definitely time to get your dog checked out by a veterinary professional. So with that being said, I just want to remind everybody, we are not veterinarians. I'm a licensed veterinary technician in the state of New York. Joe is a very seasoned veterinary assistant. He might as well be a technician because he's good like that.
I don't have the license.
But we have to remind you, we're here to help. We provide the transportation if you are having problems getting your pet to a veterinary hospital. We can help with that. What we cannot do is diagnose or prescribe. So in the event you need us to transport your pet in an emergency, we are here. We are here serving New York State's Hudson Valley and tri-state area, including Connecticut and New Jersey, 7 days a week, 6 a.m. to 11 p.m.
If you found this information interesting and or helpful, please help us keep going. Please like, please post a comment, please subscribe to our channel.